Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Acara kami menyediakan banyak bahasa. Silakan lihat suprememastertv.com/schedule.
The residences are 6 to 12 meters high and are made in the shape of an elephant's head, often with 2 holes at the top that resemble the pachyderm's eyes. These clever domiciles can also be moved to another location. Watch on to find out more.
Welcome, compassionate viewers. I am Abebe. The kind citizens of hopeful Ethiopia wish that you know God's eternal embrace. Today, we joyfully present the show The Resourceful Dorze People of Ethiopia. The Dorze live in the Gamo highlands of southern Ethiopia and have a population of about 30,000. They occupy land stretching from the banks of the Omo River to the highlands over Lake Abaya and speak the Omotic language of Dorze. Living approximately 2,600 meters above sea level, this hospitable community is renowned for its creative members who are skillful cotton weavers and builders. The Dorze are famous for the architectural design and construction of their homes. The houses, both striking and unique, are said to have been inspired by the elephants that used to surround the villages, but have since migrated to other areas. The residences are 6 to 12 meters high and are made in the shape of an elephant's head, often with 2 holes at the top that resemble the pachyderm's eyes. The sophisticated structure of these homes allows for gradual shrinkage due to natural rot and termites eating away at the base over time. Because of this, a building loses about 2 to 5 centimeters of height each year. These clever domiciles can also be moved to another location. The specialist builders are all male, and it takes a small team about 2 weeks to build a house of 5 to 6 meters in diameter. The workers are experts at using bamboo and have developed a special technique of splitting and weaving it. To make the houses, the bamboo is first split, flattened out, and the pith is removed. The pieces then become flexible enough that they can be woven and built up in height. The builder pulls the bamboo parts in and weaves rings of increasingly smaller size as he gets to the roof of the house, where it is finished off with a crown. Leaf sheets of the inset or the false banana plant are used on the structures and can last a remarkable 10 to 20 years. Once completed, the home's interior is subdivided with areas set aside for sleeping. In the center of the hut, there will be an open fire for cooking and low benches to sit. Each Dorze home is self-sufficient, surrounded by small gardens where fruit, vegetables, and spices are grown. The previously mentioned inset is a highly versatile plant that is much utilized by the Dorze. Although it does not produce bananas, every part of it is still used in various practical ways. For example, the women prepare kocho, a type of flatbread, from the trunk and stem. The trunk is first shredded by using a piece of bamboo that has been sharpened. The scrapings are then buried underground for fermentation for a period of up to 2 years. After undergoing this process, the substance has a creamy color and a fermented odor. At this point, it is ready to be turned into bread. The material is chopped with a knife to break down the remaining fiber until it resembles a sort of thick flour. Water is then added to make a dough, which is patted out like a pizza pie onto a false banana leaf. After covering it with insect leaves, the bread is cooked and served. The insect plant is used in many other interesting ways. Bulla, a starchy white powder that can be utilized to make dumplings or porridge, also comes from the plant. The fibrous strands of the trunk are employed in the creation of houses, ropes, and a musical instrument known as the kirar. The Dorze people show such remarkable resourcefulness and ingenuity by using this plant in such varied means. We'll pause now for a constructive message and return soon. Please stay tuned to Supreme Master Television. Welcome back to the resourceful Dorze people of Ethiopia on Supreme Master Television. The Dorze love to sing and dance and have a deep appreciation for music. Their songs use polyphonic, multi-part vocals where all members of the community are actively involved in the process of singing, clapping, and celebrating. This vocal style uses complementary individual lines that differ in rhythm and phrasing and carry different text or syllables. The individual lines can also be of varying lengths and have separate starting and ending points. The songs are part of various occasions like religious observances and include singing by young boys for rituals and cotton spinning songs performed by young girls. It is also a custom that the whole village sings before, during, and after funeral rites. In singing, a rhythmic technique called haket is used where several motifs are repeated over each other, which produces an enthralling effect. This enchanting singing has been featured in the album Staring into the Sun, Ethiopian tribal music, in a track called Dorze Tribe, Dorze Song. It was a field recording done by award-winning American filmmaker Olivia Wilde as part of her documentary Staring into the Sun that focuses on indigenous Ethiopian music. It has been noted that Dorze music and much of traditional African music is quite different from the music of Western societies. Dr. Ruth Stone, Professor Emerita in Ethnomusicology from Indiana University, Bloomington in the US, and author of several music books including the Garland Handbook of African Music, has written,
Honest observers are hard-pressed to find a single indigenous group in Africa that has a term congruent with the usual Western notion of music. There are terms for more specific acts like singing, playing instruments, and more broadly performing, dance, game, music. But the isolation of musical sound from other acts proves a Western abstraction of which we should be aware when we approach the study of performance in Africa.
The Dorze also construct and play a musical instrument called the kirar. As stated earlier, the inset plant is used in the construction of the kirar, a 5 to 6 stringed lyre. It is plucked to create a soft tone or strummed to produce a pulse beat. Nowadays, the kirar has also been electrified for a more modern sound. It has become more familiar in the West in recent years with the performances of the Kirar Collective. This London, UK-based performance trio, originally from Ethiopia, mentions the traditional acoustic kirar on their website, stating that electrified in the hands of band member Zalaka, it becomes a gritty, ancient rock guitar. The Dorze are also highly expressive in their weaving. In fact, their workmanship is admired so much that they have earned the reputation of being the finest cotton weavers in Ethiopia. In Addis Ababa, Ethiopia's capital, the word Dorze is actually used as a synonym for weaving. The weaving tradition is handed down from one generation to the next. The children learn cotton spinning from the age of 7 and weaving from the age of 9. The women spin the cotton after first removing the seeds. The seeds are used to plant more cotton and also for making cottonseed oil. After spinning, the material is dyed using natural products such as plants, flowers, vegetables, and soil. Men predominantly operate the weaving looms to skillfully produce very beautiful pieces of cloth, many of which incorporate very intricate design work. The proficient weavers use pit looms, usually by sitting upright with their feet expertly operating the treadles at ground level. Weaving has become so ingrained in the Dorze way of life that it has actually been studied from an education for sustainable development perspective and found to have positive psychological effects for members of the community. Swedish education researcher Dr. Hanna Hooverberg has stated,
The learning experiences of the Dorze are integrated in a day-to-day personal and professional life, and this gives them an identity as weavers. Being a weaver is part of their life. As a weaver, they will produce items that are asked for in the society. To have an identity as a craftsman, to create products that others need and want to pay for, are of significant and material intrinsic value and will generate self-confidence.
Indeed, the Dorze people are skilled in many areas of life and are able to express themselves creatively through activities such as building and weaving, as well as performing traditional songs and dances. May they continue preserving their fine customs in the years ahead, so those inside and outside of Ethiopia may always have opportunities to appreciate their colorful contributions to our bright world. Wonderful viewers, it has been a pleasure to have your company on today's program. Coming up next is The Coolest Animal Dads, Part 102, right after Noteworthy News, here on Supreme Master Television. May we all be resourceful, imaginative, and innovative like the Dorze people.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/CTAW.